Welcome back to our channel for another explosive update from Los Angeles. Today is a fantastic day to dive into the latest daytime drama, and we have an absolute jaw-dropper for you. Grab your favorite drink, settle in, and let's get straight to the chaos unfolding at Spencer Publications. The doors to the Spencer Publications CEO office swing open with violent force, and the temperature in the room instantly plummets to freezing. Bill Spencer, the ruthless titan of industry, the man who fears absolutely nothing and no one, looks up from his desk. He expects an assistant. He expects a business rival. He expects his son. Instead, he finds himself staring directly into the eyes of a ghost from a past he spent millions of dollars to bury. Darcy Dillon has arrived in Los Angeles. She does not knock. She does not ask for an appointment. She marches into the epicenter of the Spencer empire with the terrifying confidence of a woman who holds the ultimate trump card. Bill freezes. The legendary dollar bill, a man who has orchestrated corporate takeovers and survived assassination attempts, is completely paralyzed. The color drains from his face. The gold pen slips from his fingers, clattering onto the mahogany desk in the dead silence of the room. He recognizes her instantly. Decades may have passed, but a man never forgets the woman he secretly married and hastily divorced in a reckless, impulsive overseas ceremony. Darcy is not just a visitor. She is Bill Spencer's secret ex-wife. This is the bombshell that is about to detonate across the entire bold and the beautiful canvas. For years, Bill has cultivated an image of absolute control. He has hidden his darkest chapters behind ironclad non-disclosure agreements and offshore bank accounts. Liam and Wyatt, his fiercely loyal sons, know absolutely nothing about this hidden marriage. Katie Logan Spencer, the woman Bill is desperately trying to support and repair his fractured relationship with, is completely in the dark. If this secret gets out, it will destroy the fragile trust Bill has managed to rebuild. Darcy Dillon steps further into the office, her heels clicking against the hardwood floor like a ticking time bomb. She does not flinch under Bill's terrified gaze. She smirks. She knows exactly the kind of power she holds in this room. Darcy announces that she is in Los Angeles looking for her daughter, Melissa Dillon. The words hit Bill like a physical blow to the chest. Dillon, the same Dillon who is currently entangled in a messy, high-stakes romance with his youngest son, Will Spencer. The same Dillon that Katie is aggressively investigating and trying to run out of town. The realization crashes over Bill with catastrophic force. The girl sleeping on his son's couch, the girl causing a massive war between the Spencers and the Forresters, is the daughter of his secret ex-wife. The twisted irony is almost too much for the billionaire to process. Will is hooking up with Darcy's daughter. Katie is on a ruthless warpath to destroy Dillon's life. And now, Darcy is standing in his office, ready to burn his entire world to the ground to protect her child. Bill immediately goes into damage control mode. He stands up, his voice dropping to a dangerous, hushed whisper. He demands to know what Darcy wants and how much it will cost to put her on the next private jet out of California. He reaches for his checkbook, the classic dollar bill solution to every problem. But Darcy just laughs. It is a cold, sharp sound that echoes off the glass walls of the Spencer building. She looks the billionaire dead in the eye and makes it terrifyingly clear that she is not here for a payoff. She is not here for a quick settlement. Darcy hints with venomous delight that she has much bigger plans for her stay in Los Angeles. She knows exactly what is at stake for Bill. She knows about his fragile reunion with Katie. She knows about his position of power at the newly launched Logan Fashion House. Darcy leans across his desk, her voice dripping with menace, and implies that her visit is about far more than just checking in on her daughter. She wants leverage. She wants power. And she holds the detonator to the biggest explosive secret in Bill Spencer's long, scandalous history. Panic sets in for the Spencer patriarch. Bill's mind races at 1,000,000 miles an hour. He knows Katie could walk through those office doors at any second. Katie is already in a heightened state of paranoia and aggression, ruthlessly digging into Dillon's past. If Katie walks in and sees Darcy standing there, if she catches even a fraction of the tension in the room, the game is over. Katie's investigative instincts are sharper than ever. She would connect the dots, uncover the overseas marriage, and realize that Bill has been lying to her for decades. The stakes have never been higher for Dollar Bill. He must find a way to eliminate this threat immediately. But Darcy is not some weak, easily intimidated rival. She matches his ruthless energy step for step. She reminds him of the vows they took, the chaotic days of their youth, and the messy divorce that was swept under the rug. She holds his reputation in the palm of her hand. If Liam and Wyatt discover that their father had a secret wife, their respect for him will shatter. If Will discovers that the mother of the woman he is sleeping with was married to his own father, the psychological fallout will be devastating. Bill circles his desk, closing the distance between them. He tries to use his imposing physical presence to intimidate her, a tactic that has worked on countless boardroom rivals. He warns Darcy that Los Angeles is his town, that she is playing a very dangerous game by threatening a Spencer. But Darcy does not back down an inch. She stands her ground, her eyes locking onto his with a fierce, unyielding determination. She is a mother protecting her cub, and she is a woman who knows exactly where the bodies are buried. The conversation shifts rapidly to Dylan. Darcy demands to know what Bill's family is doing to her daughter. She has heard the rumors. She knows Katie is tearing Dylan's name through the mud, calling her a gold digger, a liar, and a threat. Darcy issues a chilling ultimatum. Bill must call off his attack dogs. He must force Katie to back down and leave Dylan alone. If Bill fails to protect Dylan, Darcy will march straight over to the Logan Fashion House and introduce herself to Katie as the former Mrs. Bill Spencer. Bill is trapped in a suffocating corner. He cannot control Katie. Katie is on a relentless crusade to protect Will from Dylan, fueled by her own maternal instincts and her deep-seated hatred for anyone connected to the Forrester orbit. If Bill suddenly demands that Katie drop her investigation into Dylan, Katie will immediately know he is hiding something. She will interrogate him, and Bill's web of lies will begin to unravel. But if he does nothing, Darcy will pull the trigger and expose the secret marriage to the entire world. The tension in the Spencer office reaches an absolute boiling point. Bill desperately tries to negotiate, offering Darcy a position, a house, a massive trust fund for Dylan, anything to buy her silence. But Darcy's smirk only widens. She enjoys watching the great dollar Bill squirm. She enjoys seeing the sweat bead on his forehead. For decades, Bill thought he had erased her from his life. Now she is standing in his fortress, holding the keys to his destruction. The billionaire paces the length of his office, the panoramic view of Los Angeles offering no comfort. This city is his kingdom, but Darcy Dillon just walked in and threatened to burn the throne. Bill's mind flashes back to that reckless time overseas. It was an era before Katie, before the Spencer empire became the polished corporate machine it is today. He was younger, wilder, and fueled by adrenaline and arrogance. Darcy had been a whirlwind, a woman who matched his fire and ambition. The marriage was a sudden, intoxicating mistake, forged in secret and annulled with ruthless efficiency. Bill had paid fixers a small fortune to wipe the records clean, ensuring that the name Darcy Spencer never saw the light of day. He thought the secret was buried in a vault that could never be cracked. He was wrong. Now, he has to consider the catastrophic collateral damage. Liam Spencer, his moral compass of a son, would be utterly disgusted by the revelation that his father hid an entire marriage. Liam has spent years trying to reconcile Bill's ruthless business tactics with his role as a family patriarch. This lie would sever their bond permanently. And Wyatt has always been the son who understood Bill's darker impulses. But even Wyatt would be blindsided by a secret of this magnitude. The Spencer men pride themselves on loyalty, but Bill's ultimate loyalty has always been to his own survival. But the most explosive element of this entire nightmare is Will. Will Spencer is currently entangled in a messy, passionate, and highly controversial romance with Melissa Dillon. Will has defied his mother, alienated his family, and gone to war with R.J. Forrester, all for the sake of Dylan. Bill has been quietly supporting Will's independence, amused by his son's rebellious streak. But if Will discovers that the woman he is taking to bed is the daughter of his father's secret ex-wife, the psychological trauma will be immeasurable. The twisted, soap opera reality of their connection would make headlines across every gossip rag in the city. The Spencer name would become a laughingstock, a punchline in the very media empire Bill controls. And then there is Katie. Katie Logan Spencer is a woman who has survived heart transplants, devastating betrayals, and the emotional roller coaster of loving Dollar Bill. She is currently riding high on the success of the Logan fashion house, feeling empowered and victorious. But Katie's Achilles heel has always been Bill's lies. She has forgiven him for his transgressions with Brooke. She has forgiven his corporate sabotage, but a secret marriage. A hidden wife who has suddenly appeared in town to defend a girl Katie actively despises? That is a betrayal Katie will never forgive. Bill knows exactly how Katie operates. She is already suspicious of Dylan. She has already confronted Will at the beach house, demanding to know why he is hooking up with a girl who has massive red flags. Katie is digging into Dylan's past, looking for any excuse to run her out of Los Angeles. It is only a matter of time before Katie's investigation uncovers Darcy. If Katie finds Darcy before Bill can silence her, the explosion will level the Spencer estate. Katie will not just leave him. She will take Will. She will take her fashion house. And she will publicly destroy Bill's reputation. Darcy's threat echoes in Bill's ears. She didn't just demand protection for Dylan. She demanded submission. Darcy wants Bill to bend the knee. She wants him to use his immense power to shield her daughter from Katie's wrath. But how can Bill possibly do that without raising Katie's suspicions? If he suddenly orders Katie to leave Dylan alone, Katie will immediately sense that something is wrong. She will ask questions. She will demand answers. Bill is trapped in a lethal game of chess, and Darcy just put him in checkmate. The billionaire grabs his phone, his fingers flying across the screen as he summons his top fixers and security personnel. He needs a dossier on Darcy Dylan, and he needs it yesterday. He needs to know where she has been living, how she found out about Dylan's situation in Los Angeles, and exactly what kind of leverage she possesses. Is there a copy of the marriage certificate? Are there photographs? Bill needs to know exactly what kind of ammunition Darcy is holding before he can formulate a counterattack. Meanwhile, Darcy is not just sitting idly by. She is a woman on a mission. As she rides the elevator down from the Spencer Publications executive suite, a triumphant, dangerous smile plays on her lips. She has waited decades for this moment. She was pushed aside, bought off, and erased from Bill Spencer's history. But now she holds the ultimate power. She knows that Bill is terrified, and she plans to milk that terror for every ounce of leverage it is worth. Darcy intends to secure her daughter's future in Los Angeles. And if that means blackmailing one of the richest men in the world, so be it. Darcy's arrival also spells disaster for the Forrester family. Electra Forrester, who is currently torn between Will and RJ, has no idea that her former best friend Dylan is connected to such a massive scandal. If the truth about Darcy and Bill comes out, the Forresters will use it as the ultimate weapon in their corporate war against Logan and Spencer. Ridge Forrester would revel in the opportunity to humiliate Bill publicly. Steffi Forrester, who is drowning in her own toxic secrets regarding Carter Walton, would gladly use the Spencer scandal as a distraction from her own impending doom. The entire city of Los Angeles is sitting on a powder keg, and Darcy Dylan is holding the match. Bill Spencer has 24 hours to perform a miracle. He must manipulate Katie, protect Will, silence Darcy, and keep his empire from collapsing, all without leaving a single fingerprint. It is the ultimate test of Dollar Bill's ruthlessness. Will he resort to his old, dark tactics to make Darcy disappear? Or will the sins of his past finally catch up with him, destroying the only woman he truly loves? Will Bill's dark secret destroy his empire? Or can he silence Darcy before Katie uncovers the truth? Drop your wildest theories in the comments below. Hit that subscribe button and stay tuned.